Hey, what up, everybody? Welcome to Froggy Socks. Nothing I say is financial advice, entertainment purposes only, and my camera's tripping out again. What is happening here? Totally not normal. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. Looks like my USB port's just tripping. Still doing it. Might be time to upgrade. What is going on here? Camera. That do it? Come on. Okay, so we're having massive camera difficulties, which is okay. Anyways, I'm going to start a space call. We're going to talk about AMC RedBox, all that good stuff. Some crypto, get into the markets. We'll get the space call going here. As my camera continues to trip out. That could be why too. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Let me, guess we're going to have to go back to the old camera for today. Let's see. Integrated webcam. Wow. Woo! Hi, everybody. All right, there we go. Now we're back on it. What's going on? Get the space call up and running. Get some people in here. Start talking about all the fuckery that's going on lately. Wow. What's up, James? Yeah, I want to go over some stuff I found on RedBox. RedBox buyout deal. Ownership. Chicken Soup buying them out. What's really going on with the deal and what could happen. To me, it's not a good sign for people who think this thing is going to continue to squeeze. They are going to get rug pulled like nobody's business. If you guys want to talk to, feel free. It's open chat today, so. Forbes, of course. Chicken Soup for the Soul. Chicken Soup for the Soul is the company that's going to be buying out RedBox, which is a really strange deal. They're paying about $50 million more than what RedBox is worth in their debt. RedBox has $325 million in debt. Chicken Soup for the Soul is going to be buying it for $375 million, and the ticker for Chicken Soup is CSSE. Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment. I don't understand what they're trying to do besides maybe set up some streaming content. It's not a very good plan in this time, since there's so many streaming platforms that the idea of streaming, the market share has been insanely diluted. So it's going to be hard to make profits. They're touting that RedBox has over 40 million subscribers and their rewards program. The problem with that is RedBox hasn't really been a good thing since 2016. I mean, you literally don't go into the part of towns where some of these RedBoxes are. So the 40 million rewards members are probably older members that, you know, probably don't have anything to do with it anymore. But the deal is, and here's the thing, Chicken Soup for the Soul is trading around $8.40, I think, right now. Let's see, $8.76 is what it closed at. And in the deal, in the RedBox deal, RedBox is trading around $13 a share right now. The company buying RedBox is only trading at $8.76. The deal is RedBox is going to get purchased out at $5 a share from Chicken Soup for the Soul for $375 million. Now here's the kicker. Your RedBox shares, once this deal is complete, change 1 for 1. You not 1 for 1, but one share of Redbox, you'll only get 0.087 fraction of a chicken soup share. So if you do the math on that, 0.087 times the current chicken soup price, which was $8.76, that's only 72 cents a share. So if this deal completes tomorrow, your $13 share of Redbox is worth 72 cents. And that's where people are going to get massively rug pulled. It's a crazy, crazy thing that Ortex is reporting 200% short interest, but a lot of brokerages are only reporting 30%, and I figured out why. And that's because Apollo Global Management owns over 70% of Redbox right now via stock, right? We all know about Apollo Global Management and their bad history of death spiral lending, putting companies in the dirt. So I was thinking there's 2 or 3 things that could happen here. Apollo Global bought it and is pumping the stock on purpose to do a massive rug pull and take hundreds of millions of dollars. Or 2, Chicken Soup is trying to squeeze out Apollo Global Management, which is in turn going to massively hurt the investors. For some points, it does kind of look like a VW play, but it just doesn't make any sense. If Apollo Global was death spiraling this into the ground, then why would they own so many shares? And why would this all pop up right now during the time frame when AMC squoze last time to $72? Just doesn't make any sense. What's up, Jen? Jen?
Sorry, I was just tweeting out the call. So.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Yeah, if you guys could, please tweet out the call.
What was that?
I said, yeah, if you guys could, please tweet out the call. I'd appreciate it.
Yes, that would be wonderful, everyone.
I have to use my laptop camera. The puppy I was babysitting last night got stuck in my cords and ripped all my computer equipment down, and my webcam that I have, my side one, I don't know if it's working correctly anymore. So,
well, that kind of sucks.
Yes, it was a wild night of puppy babysitting.
What kind of puppy?
Retriever. They said it's purebred, but I'm not sure about that. Kind of looks like it has a little something else in it.
Was this like a neighbor's dog or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was nice of you.
Yeah, last time that'll happen.
All right, we got somebody up here. Pro Player 1. Oh, I'm gonna follow you back. What's going on?
If you're talking, Crow, you got to unmute yourself. But yeah, so one Redbox share is going to get you 0.087 of a share of Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment. So right now, say tomorrow, if this deal went through, everybody's $13 shares would become almost valueless overnight. And that's at the transaction time of that. So, you know, Froggy was in talking about buying puts on it. He's doing his thing. I actually have decided to short it too. I think I think this is a massive scam. I think Apollo was trying to create a pump and dump that they place right in front of retail, because there's a huge liquidity issue. I also think that none of the MSM, none of the ape hunters, and none of the shills that we have constantly in and out of these groups are talking about Redbox like they would be AMC or GME. So I have a really bad feeling for anybody. You know, some people that were pumping crypto last year that were overly zealous about crypto, and I warned them, of course, you take shit when you warn anybody about anything. I warned them about SHIB, and I warned them about Doge and Bitcoin, and I said, you guys, there's another crash coming, because look what happens every time AMC runs. Bitcoin and cryptos crash, because institutions have completely corrupted cryptos. But he came in and said Redbox to $30, and I said, dude, you're doing it again, man. You're hyping people up on an insane price on a company that's looking to literally buy out another company. And they're telling you right in the article that your shares are going to be worth 72 cents at the end of this. So it's absolutely crazy that people are trying to push this endless massive squeeze scenario on RedBox when the deal for this is supposed to be done in the second half of 2022, which could literally be Monday. It could be a month from now, it could be 2 months from now, or it could be Monday. So everybody's setting themselves up. I don't know. If you got in on this stock anywhere below $10, I mean, especially if you were one of the early ones and got in at like 5, I'm telling you, man, taking profits is not a bad thing on a play like this. But you have AMC and GME with increasing short interest and cost to borrow. Massive revenues coming in for AMC, with our second quarter looking to potentially be positive. And then suddenly this RedBox thing drops on the market, like out of nowhere.
Well, it's a distraction. That's just my opinion on it. So, it's just another distraction, and you can either go along and with the distraction, or you can just kind of ignore it,
Yep. So
I
think it's good for this community to talk about it, though, since our favorite YouTubers got online and were like, RedBox 200% short interest. Oh my God. Oh, it's going to squeeze. Everybody is always AMC, and they use the AMC apes and the GME apes to make their channels and to create the following they have and start collecting their super chats and shit. But then they come out of left field with every single distraction play that they could possibly find because it's popular at the time. And instead, I decided to get on and say, hey, here's the real DD. Your shares are going to be worth 72 cents at the end of this. So either A, Apollo has something going on where they want this to happen, or B, Apollo is going to dump like 60% of the shares they hold all at once to cash out on this big run. I don't see Apollo losing money on this. So, and or that Apollo is the one who facilitated this takeover with Chicken Soup. They wanted the shares to be as cheap as possible. So what happens when you're Apollo and you own 70% of RedBox and you set this up for Chicken Soup to buy out, right? So right now, Apollo could go in Monday, cash out all their shares for $13 a share. That's over 34 million shares. And then Chicken Soup comes in and still gets the company for what they paid for it. And then all you get as a shareholder is 72 cents a share. So I don't know, man. It's pretty wild. I got some comments. Is RedBox an AMC distraction? Absolutely. Absolutely. There was another distraction that had popped up too. I forgot what it was, but I will say this. I know a lot of people are talking about buying this crypto dip, and you do what you want to do. But I have seen for the past week that there's massive drops and then there's massive jumps. And to me, that looks like institutions fishing. They're fishing for retail to get back in. Because what happens is they drop, like Bitcoin 30, 40% over a period of time, and then they start fishing on pumps. And when they see enough concentrated retail money come in through these brokers, and for all all your wallets, like if you have Voyager or Bitcoin or whatever wallet you have, for all those guys are selling your purchase and sale information to these hedge funds. There's no regulation that says they can't do it. So if these institutions and market makers are paying your crypto wallets to send them the information on where retail's pooling their money, that's how they're controlling these large pump and dumps. Nobody's ever really talked or thought about that. But if they can do payment for order flow with stocks, then there's nothing saying they can't buy the buy and sale information on crypto from your wallet either. What else is good? Yeah, if anybody wants to come up, talk, man, feel free. It's open space, open discussion. We don't have to stay right on topic. So, yeah, okay. So RedBox 2, RedBox, 325 million in debt with a failing membership program, laid off over 10% of its workforce, no future catalysts coming up. The only thing it's got going for it is this so-called reported short interest that only seems to be Fintel and Ortex. You go to Fidelity, they're only reporting 30% short interest. And the real kicker on it is, if you go and look at who the institutional owners are, there's only 50 institutional owners, according to Fintel, which is pretty nutty. Which Apollo Global Management owns 34.5 million shares. And some other institutions that I've never even heard of own, 2 to 3 million. Another interesting thing is Citadel. Citadel got out of this play. Oh, come on. Let's see here. As of May 16th, Citadel is showing a 100% decrease in ownership. God damn, Fintel. So that's interesting too. They jumped out of this at a certain point in time for a certain reason. JP Morgan Chase jumped out at the same time with a 100% reduction. White Box Advisors, oh boy, here we go. Look at all these companies that got out of this play in January, February, and March. 100% reduction across the board in 2022 from multiple people that are shorting AMC stock. White Box Advisors was the fund that was shorting Highcroft Mine that sold over 90% of their position when the AMC deal was announced. I've been calling them out for a while. So not only was White Box and Citadel involved in this, you have Apollo Global Management that is owning most of the company. So it makes me wonder if Apollo called all these friends of theirs, all these people who were negative 100% on their position now, if they called all their buddies up and said, hey, short the crap out of this thing, and then immediately withdraw so we can report short interest for a period. Let's see here. Is Virtue involved? Virtue! Oh, look at that. Virtue's involved too. They own 27,333 shares, which they changed their position down 74% from what they owned. So this is even more interesting than I thought. It's actually disgusting. How is RedBox running the way it is? How is the short interest reported the way it is? Not getting any halts, not getting any FUD, not being attacked by multiple entities. And I bet you right now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run a RedBox poll. I'm going to run a RedBox poll through our community to see how many people own.
Does anyone even use RedBox anymore? I mean, let's be real.
No. I mean, some people.
When was the last time you used a RedBox? I can say personally, I have used RedBox before, but maybe like 12 years ago or something.
Right.
I mean, who uses that crap?
They have a streaming platform, but I can't imagine a lot of people use it the way it's set up. I mean, who even knew about RedBox?
I didn't even.
Did anybody know this thing was even still active until like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they just now they just kind of pop up like, what? Like, it's RedBox. No one fucking uses it. I mean, and maybe some people do. Anyone in the room, if you're somebody in the room listening, and if you use RedBox, come on up. Let's talk.
So RedBox had 35.1 million in digital revenue, down from 39.7 million in 2020. So not only are they a bare minimum in the market share of the streaming industry, but they're also taking hits because of the reduction in user memberships because of the pandemic drop off. RedBox lost 140.8 million in 2021. The amount of theatrical movie titles available to RedBox dropped 16%. Revenue declined 47%. I mean, they're a failing company. Everybody knows that. And not that I want them to fail by any means. I mean, if RedBox can turn around, that's great, you know. I'm all about the companies doing better, but I mean, where's Pat Rock and Amy and all these fucks when people started talking Redbox? Where's Gasparino? Where's
Yeah, why aren't they talking about Redbox?
where's Turkey Neck Rich Lightshed? So the Redbox CEO is Galen Smith. Why 40 million late adopter customers will make the digital shift with us. I don't believe that. Anybody who owned old Redbox memberships where you actually just went to do the DVDs, I highly doubt 40 million people are going to adopt their streaming platform when we already have Netflix, freaking Disney Plus, Hulu, Prime. I mean, a billion different higher quality streaming platforms. I'm literally using AMC on demand just for brand loyalty. I mean, Netflix. Look at the hit Netflix took, and Redbox is coming out at the bottom, close, maybe not even the bottom, but the bubble's bursting, and Redbox is coming out trying to start their streaming platform. It's crazy.
Hey, Spence, Jen, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? Or afternoon?
Top of the morning, Toya.
Well, hello.
Hello.
I think maybe this chicken soup, maybe they're going to try to get these locations so they can start maybe selling food or books or recipes or something with those locations.
I don't know, man.
If you were to just set this thing up and you want this type of chicken soup, you just press a button, the cup drops down, it puts it in there, and bam, then you're gone.
Yeah.
Or a cookbook or a recipe for something that you could borrow for a day or some shit, but maybe it's for food. Well, I was trying to think about that last night. What would be the purpose of why a soup company would want a DVD place?
It's actually a book company.
A book company, okay.
Yeah, they do, like, they call it chicken soup for the soul. Like, it's really like more morally positive, like, content to read and stuff. Chicken Soup's a great company. Don't get me wrong there. They're doing their thing. They've even saved, like, Crackle. It used to be an old Sony thing they saved. But as far as location, like you were saying, most of these Red Boxes are not in great locations. There's one here in Albuquerque outside the CBS, and it's just like it looks like they put the shade over it now, and it looks like you're going into a little private porno screening booth. It's just fucking creepy, man.
Weird.
But I mean, people still watch DVDs, so I mean, it's not off the table.
Oh, they do?
If anything, what's that?
We don't even have a DVD player anymore. I mean, we do. It's like broken. It's in the basement.
Yeah.
Probably just throw it out. I don't know why it's even down there. There's a lot of things actually in the basement we need to throw out that are broken, not working.
Yeah, the closest one I got is right outside of Walgreens, and that's about like 2 miles away from me. And then there's another one that's at a 7-Eleven that's a couple miles down the road, but that's it. Those are the only two that I've seen like in my area. They're still there. Somebody's watching them. I don't know who.
Think of this. Adam Aaron and Sprott almost bought the entirety of Highcroft Mine for what, $57 million? And that's a silver and gold mine with assets on site. I mean, some of their trucks are worth insane amount of money. The earth movers and such. Chicken Soup's buying Redbox, a failing media streaming company with some DVDs, for $375 million. What the fuck? It makes no sense whatsoever. So I'm wondering when this deal is going to go through. I have a feeling since they didn't announce a projected date, they are going to drop it on people out of nowhere. Like Monday morning pre-market, freaking 4 a.m., Fox News is going to come out with an article, go, Chicken Soup deal went through, everybody's getting 0.087 shares, your $14 shares are now worth 72 cents. And then Gasparino is going to come out with his collagen lip injections and lip gloss and be like, bro, yeah, Ips got ripped off on this one. They're gonna come out and they're gonna make fun of the retail investors who jumped in on this thinking it's a squeeze play. They're gonna use it to try to discredit anything we're doing with AMC and GME. It's the perfect storm. Let's see, Redbox merger date. Let me see if I can find any dates. Merger date. It's the simple fact that they let this stock run the way it is while it's in debt on a supposed 200% short interest. I just don't know. It seems like such a horribly corrupt setup. Who went to the movies this weekend? Anybody?
I bet you did.
No. I actually decided, since my kid is wanting to relax in her room this weekend, I actually just bought Everything Everywhere All at Once on demand. And it was probably one of the best movie purchases I've made in years. I don't know if anybody knows who Filthy Frank is. The guy who invented Harlem Shake used to be a really popular YouTuber. He goes by Joji now and makes music.
I didn't know that.
I swear to God, they stole everything from his book, Francis of the Filth, on all the multiversal insanity. But if you have not watched that movie yet, Everything Everywhere All at Once, highly recommend it. Jamie Lee Curtis is absolutely freaking hilarious in this. And it goes from serious, it's so comical. It's extremely dramatic and comical, and it goes from serious to funny in a split second. And if you like kung fu movies, it's got all your favorite kung fu, like Michelle Yeoh and a bunch of other people. It's super good, man. The concept behind it will kind of make you think too. Highly recommended. I wish I would have saw it in theater. And coming from me, I was just like, man, I don't know if I have time to go see this one. I feel bad even saying that. I should have went and seen it. And who was involved with it? The Russo brothers were actually involved with the production of this. The Marvel directors. So I kind of wish they would have scheduled Multiverse of Badness and this Everything All at Once movie. I wish they would have scheduled it out a little further apart, because it would have hit a lot harder, that's for sure. There's one scene in particular that you'll just be like, what in the fuck? You will laugh so hard at this scene that the one scene is worth paying the $20 for the movie. All right, RedBox, video rental company known for its bright red kiosks. The company went public. So the company went public in 2021 with a SPAC, right? At that point in time, during that SPAC merger, Redbox was over $21 a share, $27 a share at the time of the SPAC. So it pumped once then. It went public with a massive amount of debt on its books and did nothing but drop from the SPAC down to $1.06 after the SPAC, right? So people knew this was going to be a pump and dump when they did it. You know, they want to go after and investigate DWAC, but they're not investigating Redbox being $300 million in debt, doing a SPAC merger, pumping to $30 and then dropping down to $1.50. That's absolutely insane. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Like I said, guys, if you want to come up and talk, you can go off topic. It's kind of more of a Sunday whatever space. So,
Should we change the title to Space Sunday Funday Space?
The sky is falling. I'll tell you what's really good is everybody on Twitter posting their videos of going into the AMC parking lots, and they're slam packed full. My parking lot when I went to see Jurassic Park was completely full at 4 p.m. on a Thursday.
Yeah, the showings in at Holland. There was the showing in Holland that was completely sold out. And the showing in Grand Rapids was like literally just like a couple seats for me, sold out. So yeah, it was pretty packed.
You're from Holland. Isn't that weird?
No, I've never been to the Holland AMC, but hopefully, within the next month or two, we can stop by there.
Yeah, absolutely. I love Holland. I love going to the lake and everything, all that.
Yeah, definitely. Like maybe when we're going out to the beach or something one of these days, we can stop, on the way back. Yeah.
What up, Robert?
Morning. Hey, Spence, did you catch the kid from Goonies and Indiana Jones in Everything All at Once?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw that the other day. Like, he had an interview.
I didn't want to say too much about it.
Oh, all right. But yeah, he had an interview about his return to movies. He didn't say a lot about the movie, but I saw clips of it, like numerous clips. Like, I want to see that on the big screen.
It's super good, man.
Yeah, I love those. There was another one they did, them Chinese flicks with the semi-serious humor. That was like, they're outlandish, but they're great. Like, oh God, I can't remember. One was a Western, and one was a Western remake, and one was like a Kung Fu movie. Not the Kung Pao, but there was something different. But yeah, this one in particular looks really good.
You talking about Kung Fu Hustle?
Yeah, Kung Fu Hustle, and there was one more with like mythical monsters and like a little village and a giant fish. I don't know if you saw that one. I can't remember what it was, but it's just, they're brutal. They're excellent cinematography, and they're funny as hell. But yeah,
those are some of my favorite movies.
Yeah, always. You got to see the West one. It's definitely a remake of a Western, and it's almost like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. It's pretty good.
Yeah, this Everything Everywhere All at Once has a ton of references to other movies. And the funny thing is, they use specific references from the book Francis of the Filth. Which I've been wanting this book, man. This YouTuber back in the early 2000s was absolutely crazy, off the wall, freaking hilarious. Just go to YouTube and look up Filthy Frank and just look at some of the videos he's made. He's the one that had like Pink Guy and Lord Chin Chin, and it was all multiversal.
Yeah, I think you were talking about that in another space or something, or maybe it was this one a little while back.
Yeah, they should have made this a movie. And the funny thing is they come out with this Everything Everywhere All at Once, and it's almost literally identical to exactly the type of worlds that he was creating. It's wild. They even do some stuff they even have a Ratatouille reference in it, which is absolutely hilarious. That is exactly what they did in the Filthy Frank book and in his movies and stuff. So his YouTube videos. He was one of the YouTubers that really first figured out how to take care of haters, because all these people would leave him really horrible comments, and he would turn it into a hater reading comment thing on a green screen. So he kind of figured out the whole internet thing before the streaming thing before everybody else did.
Nice.
But the Harlem Shake, you guys remember the Harlem Shake?
Yeah, that's what he started that, did he not?
Yeah, they're the ones that wore all the weird costumes in the video and did the Harlem Shake. So, but good movie. I love that it's in my collection now. It even feels Matrixy at some points in time. Like they did everything correct with this movie being as wonky as it is. They did everything correct. But the box office, man, holy shit, you guys. So Q2 for AMC is April 1st through June 30th, right? That's the reporting date where all the money that lands in between that's going to be on our August Q2 earnings call. We had Multiverse of Madness come in over 900 million now, right? We got Top Gun that's over 600 million already and still has 2 weeks left in theater, 3 weeks left before it goes to streaming. Jurassic World Dominion is getting ready to cross 135 million for its opening debut. And not only that, we have Lightyear coming out June 16th. Also, on top of all that, we've had 3 instances for these 3 big movies where we've had AMC branded merchandise popcorn buckets sold everywhere, which we know the Multiverse of Madness and the Top Gun ones sold out. And to me, I'm going to go ahead and guess it looks like the Jurassic Park ones are selling out too. So just the opening, the premiere double feature brought in like $18 million globally. So it's really, really good deal.
Plus, you got Ghostbusters double feature. You have Spider-Man coming back out. All these movies are going to be re-released in the future also.
Yep. Oh, in Q3, we have Avatar 2, Minions. Minions is going to be huge. I literally, every time I go to the movies and I see the preview, I'm like, I can't wait to watch that with the kid, man. It looks freaking hilarious. Avatar 2 is going to smash. And then, you know, just out of this year, just out of Q3 and 4, Q1 2023, John Wick 4, Indiana Jones 5. We got a bunch of movies lined up for next year, too. So.
Exciting stuff. Let's fucking go.
And I know not everybody's excited about it, but coming out, we also have another release in June. No, August. I'm sorry. This will land in August. Is the Dragon Ball superhero movie, which I'm excited for because I'm a huge nerd. I actually DM'd Adam Aaron and I was like, dude, this is your one chance to lure in all of the obsessed anime fans with merchandise by making a Dragon Ball popcorn container. I ran a poll on it, which was pretty successful. And obviously Dragon Ball Z has a special place in our community, that's for sure. The memes, the gifts are endless. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, I forgot about this. 2023. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantum Mania, which is going to be good. I think they're going to get into like Kang the Conqueror. Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. I can't wait to see that. I'm a nerd, man. Dungeons and Dragons was like a staple in my game time when I was a kid. John Wick Chapter 4. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Oh my God. You got to be kidding me. I hope this is not another Fast and Furious movie. Please, God, stop making Fast and Furious movies.
How many have there been so far?
I don't know. This says Fast X, which I'm thinking is 10. Oh, it's Fast and Furious 10.
Oh, it's a 10.
God.
Good grief.
Oh, no.
How many of them do you make? I mean, like, come on. I mean,
I think with that franchise, they're going to keep going until they correct.
Yeah. Well,
they're going to try to bring it back to home.
They need to bring it back to home, back to just street racing and stuff, and stop. As soon as they had John Cena in it, which is like a really, really buff Ernest, like Scared Stupid. I was like, God, I can't stand this. The only part I did like in the last one is the very end scene where you see they're at the barbecue at the old house and there's like, oh, there's still an empty seat. And Brian O'Connor's car pulls up, the Skyline pulls up in the driveway. And they said something about his brother playing his role. So we'll see.
His brother did some CGI face stuff or body stuff in some of the scenes close to his death. But yeah, they're going to have to try. I think they're going to keep going until they correct the animosity that went on with the splits and stuff like that. So it's always an attraction regardless. Like, as I said about, like, I'm not a big fan of Avatar, but dude, I can appreciate the history and the CGI that and how long he waited to perfect that. Like, so regardless of what you like or don't like about movies, you can appreciate the value of who it's going to bring.
Vanilla Gorilla in the YouTube chat said they're going to end up renaming RedBox as RedBox.
Oh, that's a good one. For RedBox.
Transformers Rise of the Beasts. Can't go wrong with Transformers movie. Indiana Jones 5. And Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Yo, they brought back his original boss in this one. Remember they were sitting in the restaurant in the first one?
Yeah.
And he escaped out the glass. So they brought him back. And like I said, that when you look at what they're requesting, that Tom Cruise absolutely requested a 90-day hold in theaters only.
I think I tweeted at Paramount and I was like, you guys need to consider doing another like 30-day window on this release for Top Gun. I said, because people are still trying to get tickets to see it. They're going to lose so much revenue if they go to streaming too soon with Top Gun. It'd be stupid.
Is it too late to ask for an extension, like a deal like that?
I would assume that if the production studio just said, hey, Tom Cruise actors in the theaters, can we extend the theatrical release, there wouldn't be a problem. Everybody's fitting to make money off of it.
Yeah, it was weird because I thought the AMC streaming, one, I can't get it on my TV for some reason. It's not supported. So when I was like, all right, I'll just watch it. I'll download the streaming and watch it on the streaming platform on my phone and then mirror it. Like I spent all night trying to figure out how to get it. So, it's cool that it's not also on streaming. So I think that's a big bonus. But that 90-day hold, if that takes trend with other movies and other actors, I think that'll be huge for any box office.
The easiest way to use AMC On Demand that I found, you can do it on your phone and screen share, but it's a little hard to keep it going sometimes. If you have an Apple TV, you can download the app on the Apple TV store, and that is by hands far the best way to do it. I've been talking with AMC for a while, like, hey, you guys need to get your app back on the Samsung store so people can put it on their TVs and whatnot, because you can't do anything on there. But like just having an old Apple TV, I have an Apple TV too, and I hook it up. I have a projector that I put up behind my couch. So at nighttime, instead of watching TV, I project movies on my wall.
Yeah, I've seen that setup on your feed.
Yeah, it was like $175 projector from Amazon that I bought like a few years back. And I finally had found the use for it. I use it for like Christmas stuff. I put like all the kids in the neighborhood like Harry Potter, so I put like Harry Potter themed Christmas stuff up on my wall outside.
Nice. Yeah, so what's the best way to get the streaming app? Like like I have a Sharp TV, I have a Fire Stick, but even in the Google Play to get the to try to get that streaming service, it's saying it's not supported. Like, is it available on Google Play at all? Then I'm just missing it and doing something wrong.
It was supposed to be. The problem is AMC On Demand has not fine-tuned its operation yet, which really irritates me because I've been writing them about it. I'm going to try to submit a question in to the next earnings call about it. Even with Apple TV, I still get the message when I want to buy a video. Like I go to my phone, I go to Stubs, and I want to buy an AMC On Demand video. It says in-app purchase is not available on this device. I have to go to the web page, buy the movie on the web page at AMC On Demand, and then I can go back to my app and watch it like on my Apple TV. So they have a software platform programming issue that they need to fix. The fact that it's not on every, AMC, like Samsung store doesn't have it. Apple is probably the first and best platform to use for it as of right now, but I'm going to continue to keep writing them about it because if they're missing out on revenue via their platform to buy movies, especially with a dedicated fan base, that's just kind of silly for something as simple as a software issue.
Well, again, and that's the other thing. Like, there's people that still don't want to really leave their house because of scarcity of whatever. So, I mean, obviously, yeah, that should be fixed. But like Apple TV, is that like a box, like a Fire Stick? Is that like an actual TV system, like monitor? Like, I don't know much about that kind of stuff. I'm very simple when it comes to, like, I don't have cable. I just have the Fire Stick. Very rarely watching TV. I'm always reading stuff on the internet. But for stuff like that, if we can't get out, like, I'd like to go back. There's so many movies I've missed in the past just from being busy. So, but that seems like a viable streaming service. Like, I don't pay for any Hulu or any of those. So if I'm going to pay for something, I'd rather just be a movie streaming service.
Yeah, that's kind of what I do too. Yeah, Apple TV, the equipment is actually a small box with a remote that you just plug into your TV. I've had one for years. I actually really like it. I've got like over 200 movies and a TV series. Like, I don't pay for HBO Max and stuff.
Right.
I just bought the Game of Thrones series right out so I can watch it whenever I want without paying a monthly fee.
Yeah, I can't see paying like a cable. Like I've been through that in the past with like family divorces, whatever. But I can't see the fact of having 300 freaking channels plus because nobody in this house. We're in sports. We're running around constantly, so we just keep it simple. But yeah, I'm looking for something. I mean, her birthday's coming up soon, so I'm looking at like integrate something with her TV to, as she's up there. So I have the Fire Stick downstairs. She just has basic, like a smart TV upstairs. But I think that'd be something for her and her friends. She lives on the 3rd floor, basically the penthouse. So I want to hook her up with something in July.
Do you have an iPhone or do you use like Verizon?
We both have the 10X Maxes through, I guess, T-Mobile bought Sprint, so we're looped into that.
So if you have iPhones, then an Apple TV is even better because when you want to stream anything to the Apple TV, it's a lot simpler and it's a lot clearer than trying to stream from your Apple phone to a Samsung TV.
Okay.
It makes actually like at any point in time, I can turn my projector on and stream anything from my phone to my Apple TV at any point in time I want.
Yeah, we were at this we rented a treehouse through Airbnb last year, and the lady had an Apple TV projection screen. So we were, it took me a while to figure it out, but we were watching a couple movies on, she had it set up against the wall. So it was pretty cool. And I've been looking at it, and then my son's really into this stuff. So I ended up buying him the Apple CarPlay or whatever for his first car.
Yeah.
So he really loves it. He navigates through that all the time. So, yeah, I think that's probably what we're doing for her birthday in July.
That's cool. Yeah, I actually think I'm going to upgrade to the, I got my 2, which my 2 works fine. Like, you don't need, it's totally acceptable how the 2 still works. And it's not like other Apple products where it just goes out of date and you can't use it. You can still use Apple TV 1 if you want to, so.
Nice.
And then, like you said, if you're traveling, you can take your Apple TV in a small bag. It's not big at all. If it's fits in your hand, you can take it anywhere you go, and as long as there's internet, you can plug it into a TV and stream whatever you want. So
it still has all your information on it, just lock whatever. Nice.
Yep.
Awesome. That's a done deal. That saves me a whole bunch of thinking from now until July.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Some people say they don't like Apple. As far as usability and convenience and quality, I really have not experienced a product quite as good as Apple. So, which somebody came out earlier this week and said the Pelosi's bought a bunch of calls on Apple for June 2023 or maybe January, because this whole thing, these augmented reality glasses are getting ready to come out. I think
Apple just got a patent approved or something like that, or filed for one. Did you see anything about that?
I have not seen the patent, but I've seen some of their concepts.
Yeah, it was something they got right around the time I saw that post. It looked like Apple patented something, and I can't remember what exactly it was. But it is. I don't think it's huge, but it's definitely something.
I think augmented reality glasses are going to be absolutely huge, and I think specifically in certain terms, I think it's going to be huge just for driving. Like having a heads-up display right in front of you while you're driving with road data and such that you can see speed limits and just different types of information anytime you want, or it's going to catch on, man. It seems like anything that you see in any type of futuristic movie or cartoon, it takes about 20 years to catch on, and I think we're getting right there because a lot of people really like Oculus. Oculus Quest sold a shit ton of equipment over last Christmas, and they're getting ready to come out with the Quest 3, but what people really want is some type of mix between virtual reality and reality, where you can go out and still have experiences. If they do augmented reality, imagine this. You put your AR glasses on and you go out in public. Say this. You get Apple augmented reality glasses and you go into an AMC theater, right? And what happens when you walk into the theater is AMC's on board and they've put certain QR codes and designator points in certain areas for like movie titles, like the posters. So when you walk up with your AR glasses on, you see the poster, all of a sudden Pikachu jumps out of the poster in front of you and does a little dance and says Pika Pika. Your kids would lose their shit, man. So the potential for this is pretty big. I'm excited to see it. Or even Pokemon Go. It would be a huge application for Pokemon Go. And safer. People wouldn't be looking at their phones like walking into lakes and shit. Which I seen happen. I actually saw that happen.
Wait. What did you say?
When we were in Huntsville, we were out at the park at this festival, and this dude was walking on his phone, looking at his phone, walked right off into the koi pond. Fell right in it. It was so gross.
Hilarious, man.
We're like, what are you doing? He's like, oh man, I was playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah, you gotta watch where you're going. I mean,
It was pretty funny, but it was disgusting. That koi pond is just a cesspool. So, dude, Apple.
People were getting hit by cars, man, by walking on the street, following their phone.
Yes, I remember hearing about that.
A lot. Especially here in Canada.
just on top of the skyscraper, like, oh, I was playing Pokemon. that's how I died.
I mean, it's a good game, and you got to be paying attention. But the Pokemon franchise, you have to take it seriously. They made over $1 billion in the first year on that game on just the iPhones.
Yeah, I'll admit I had that game for a short time on my iPhone. It was fun. I don't have it anymore.
That's where I wish every AMC theater, and I wrote this to Adam Aaron, I'm going to write it again. Every AMC theater should be a registered Pokestop. Because, even my coffee shop across the street has one, and you'll see a group of 15 people randomly walk up to that coffee donut shop. And I'll be like, what are you guys doing? They're like, oh, it's a Pokestop. Like, oh, okay, cool. And they have the QR codes in there. If every AMC was one of those, kids could go to the theater to play Pokemon Go and buy snacks and just increase revenue just through those types of sales. So, what else going on? All right, crypto. Let me do crypto real quick. So I think crypto is completely compromised by big institutions. I think, let's see, let's use Bitcoin as the base. Bring the chart up. If you're on YouTube, the blue box on my chart is the first dip that happened right before the first AMC and GME rip. The red line at 25,000. It's either going to be 20,000. We'll say 20,000, right? When Bitcoin was at 20,000 in 2020, during the time of the pandemic, it was right when everything started getting big with retail investing. We saw massive gains in crypto all the way up to $60,000 by April 15th of 2021. My theory is that was nothing but institutions jumping in on the back of the popularity of crypto. What they did was they jumped in, they created a huge pump, retail FOMO'd in, they created massive gains up to 60,000 and then dumped it and used it to try to flip to cover their bad shorts on AMC and GME, which failed. They got greedy. So what did they do? They created another pump scenario where we went back up to 69,000, retail FOMO'd back in, talking about buying the dip. And then they just started selling off. And crypto has done nothing but dumps since then. Absolutely disaster level dumps. So my theory here is they're trying to fish right now. We've had a couple pumps this week on crypto from 27,000 up to about 30,000. Happened a couple times. That's them fishing for retail investors to get back in. And until they see retail investors get back into this, it's not going to run anywhere because they won't be able to make any money off it. If they try to pile in and push the crypto back up you're going to see people in retail panic sell to get out with some profit after these massive dumps has happened. So if that hasn't happened yet, my theory is that crypto has another downside to it, down to 20 grand. So if we go from 27 down to 20, that looks to be where the original retail investors were really holding crypto levels at, which I think they would stay in at that point. But the truth is crypto is starting to become non-profitable for big institutions because they're not getting the massive volatility swings that they need to generate liquidity. So they're not going to leave their money in it if they can't use it as a liquidity generator. Let's see. Yeah, and we're still testing below that 28,000 line. Let's see. Where's that bottom? 28,500. We're hitting below it, and MACD on the daily on Bitcoin's getting ready to cross red, which is not a good thing. It looks like 25 or 20,000 incoming. And I have a feeling if you see institutions get completely out of crypto down to 20K, then they're going to have to start trying to cover some of the shorts they have in the market. So for that, I am completely staying out of crypto until that point. When Bitcoin hits 20K, you'll see Ethereum at new lows. Dogecoin's probably going to go back below a penny, in my opinion. SHIB's already doing exactly that. It's at the level it was at when it first came on the market, which is a disaster for people who are screaming SHIB to the moon and SHIB to $1. It's fucking insane, man. So in that, I think when all this happens and the XRP suit's finalized and the government comes out, the SEC is making the commodities sector, the people who regulate commodities, they're supposed to be making them in charge of crypto. When all the new laws and regs come out, I think then Adam Aaron will come out with the AMC crypto coin. And I'll tell you, I'm buying as much of that as I possibly can. It could be the first coin to be regulated. It could be the first coin to meet all regulatory requirements that are going to be put on the market by this new entity via the SEC and the commodities people. And if it does and it meets all laws and regulations, it's also going to have the most utility of any other coin on the market because you're going to be able to use it at every AMC theater. So pretty excited for that. All right, that's my crypto rant. So floor's open. Yeah, we covered RedBox, Q2, 4 major movies in Q2. One crossing 900 million, another one getting ready to hit $1 billion. Jurassic World Dominion will probably hit 500 million. And then Lightyear could do anything from 150 million opening, we'll say 130 to 150, and could end up doing 3 to 4 or maybe 500 million depending on how good it is. The Pixar movies always do good, Toy Story theme. And I think with Disney involved, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of references to Star Wars in this Lightyear movie. I just have a feeling. It seems like they love throwing Mustafar in every single piece of Disney content they make now. Even Scarlet Witch. There was a scene in Multiverse of Madness that contributes to Mustafar, so. All right. That's all I had.
Hey Spence, I like your little shrine you got going in your house.
Oh yeah.
That thing's pretty nifty. I'm gonna pin it to the top.
I just printed the bottom half of my T-Rex skull last night. Got it all done.
Very cool. I like it.
This turned out really good. I 3D printed a T-Rex skull, and then I sprayed it with white enamel, and then I went out and just buried it in the sand. And it looks and feels like bone.
That's really cool. It's hard to do that 3D printing stuff.
I'm doing a dinosaur thing to YouTube. So yeah, I bought a 3D printer for like $350, put it together, and just played around with it just to figure it out. I would not buy an expensive 3D printer if you're just starting out. if you can get the cheaper one to work and work good and you can figure it out, then when you buy the more expensive one, you're going to be ready to know how to use it properly so you don't break anything. Because the first thing you'll do is you'll put a program in to 3D print something and the program will be faulty and your printer's just going to go absolutely bananas and it's going to scare the shit out of you. So if anybody has anything else to say on RedBox, I know there's some people long on RedBox and good for you. I'm not trying to discourage you out of your play. You do you. But I'm not going to be like Amy and come in and be like, I just really care about you guys and I don't want you to lose your money in this play because it's all a scam. And it's proof that Amy's a paid shill. Because if she's on there talking shit about AMC and GameStop, but not saying anything about RedBox, you know she's an absolute fucking paid shill plant. So,
Yep.
Her and Pat Cock.
All of them.
Are you guys doing a call tonight? One?
Yeah. Yeah. Hang on, I'm just getting gas. Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm excited to hear how much it cost you, though.
It's $5.92 a gallon. I only got $60 worth. It's a switch back and forth between two cars for work. The other car stays at home. Yeah, I was just looking at a tweet that Corey put out about her, and I don't know. Looks like some people that were in this room were in that call about what she was talking about. I guess she used to work in real estate or something like that too. Also, I don't know. I couldn't hear the whole entire thing, but Corey just tweeted it out. He's got a bunch of things that she was saying, and she's just, it's all over the place, man.
Corey AMC 1?
Yeah.
Okay. He was talking about Amy, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, the idea that she's going to come in.
Oh, that she was a financial analyst and worked in mortgage. I guess worked in the mortgages in a couple tweets, and then she was in a thing. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes it just goes above and beyond my fucking pay grade that I really want to just get involved with. Just because the whole thing is just stupid. I honestly could really care less where she worked, what she does. They're all the same.
Yeah.
It's the same thing every time. The main thing that they always leave out on purpose on their short thesis, to me and in my opinion, is the fact that they just keep always saying this is MOAS, and then Algo says he's going to block the MOAS. I mean, dude, it's funny that he believes he's actually doing anything or they're doing anything, but the one thing that they always seem to leave out every single time is the real reason on why we're all here. We support the company and we want transparency. We want a fair, free market. They never mention that in their short thesis. It's always left out. It's left out on purpose.
Yeah.
Because and so to me, whatever they're going to do all the time, I don't care. I mean, dude, besides the fact of streaming this call right here, or they come on our show and they stream our shit, or they're hitting all the other space calls and streaming it and putting it on their YouTube channels. Thanks for the, I appreciate the extra promotion.
Yeah.
Attention. That's great for me. Unfortunately, you don't have many followers or viewers on your channel, but hey, for the couple that you do, thank you very much. I always appreciate that. Number 2, pet rocks suck. They belong in the bottom of the ocean. I never understood what a fucking pet rock would be used for. Thank you. Except to be thrown against the wall or be put in a cement truck and mixed up and squished down for concrete.
On that,
But seriously, that's just all it. Here's the other thing. I'll finish with this and then I'll shut up. All these engagements that we have with them, they honestly think that it's because we're mad, we're upset, we're defending. No. It just goes to show the conviction and how strong that we are, and anybody that ever needs and wondering if we're in the right play. You have so many of these little idiots over there trying to say how stupid we are and that we're wrong, but yet all the fundamentals are there proving that we're right. You have these people that want to just keep bashing us for as long as they have doing. So the engagement is just to keep that going. You're actually being used on your side. And it's funny that you actually think that you're in control of anything or that you're doing anything to hurt any one of us or any one of your tweets or your threats about all this other crap that you're going to do to people or what you've done to people. At the end of the day, you have no morals. You guys are just a bunch of assholes. You all are. People don't come after attacking you. You do the same thing to us, which again, everything that you do just strengthens our conviction for what we are doing. So anytime there's an engagement, joke's on you, pals and palettes. It's done on purpose. It's just to get you and everybody to show how much of a bunch of idiots that you are and the fact that you think you're controlling anything. You're not controlling shit because you're so far over and leveraged in your positions that you don't know what to do. So you're actually being, I guess, manipulated by your own self because you guys are idiots. You're coming and going. You don't know if you're coming, going backwards, left, right. You don't know who to go after, all this crap. But at the end of the day, I honestly could care less about any one of them, especially whatever her name is and whatever avatar they use and rocks and feds and lords. And that is one thing. We are changing our names tonight to lords today. We are lords still.
Oh.
So please address me as Lord One. That's Lord Edge.
Lord Hedge.
There's Lord Jim, Lady Jen, and Spence. You could be a lord too.
Lady K.
I will.
Yeah.
Lord Spence.
Lord Elijah Spencer.
Yes. Seems like a fun thing to do.
Lord Keith.
Yeah.
Lord SUV. Lord Mike.
Lord Cornelius the Ape.
Lord.
I put it up to the top, and that's where whatever name she goes by, I don't care. Whatever, Shill Amy, I'm that girl Amy, I'm Amy, I don't know. Kenny's
That trader girl.
daughter, that trader, whatever her name is, but
Say that again, Jeff.
Like a stupid profile picture, like sticks out her lips, like it's like what the fuck? Get the fuck out.
Anyway, but there's things there that Corey got from her, and I don't know. I just put it to the top. You want to watch it, watch it. That type of drama shit, I just don't care about. I honestly don't give a shit. Because at the end of the day, it's not going to make me change my mind on one way or the other, except the fact that it's just more proof that you've got people out there that seem to be awfully worried about our money, even though we told them we don't give a shit, but yet they still insist on saving us and helping us. But, again, I just, whatever. Thanks, but no thanks.
I feel you, man. Their short thesis went from too much debt to no revenues to movies are dead to
What is it now?
no dividends, and now we're
Yeah.
almost cash flow positive. We've paid off some debts. We've restructured so much debt that they're saving tens of millions of dollars a month now. And keep in mind too, we have coming up the deferred rent payment stuff is going to be taken care of. So we're going to have a massive new, not cash flow, but a reduction in cash deficit due to the deferred rent stuff being taken care of. So if we're cash flow positive to Q2 and we maintain cash flow positive in Q3, that is 6 quarters in a row of beating consensus estimates. And either one of those quarters, if we're cash flow positive, Adam Aaron could come out and go, we're going to take $500 million and pay off one of these debts to get rid of the covenants, because they would have the proper potential to do it because they know they're not going to need as much cash to sustain operations. So go ahead, Cornelius. You can just talk, man.
Hey, everybody.
Excuse me,
Long
Lord
Afternoon.
Cornelius.
Lord.
Yeah. Long time listener, first time caller here.
Welcome
Oh,
to the
nice.
party.
Yeah, thanks. I just, I feel like that, this discussion about, shills and FUD and everything, it's a good and important discussion to have, because a lot of new investors to AMC come into these groups looking to figure out, what this play is about. They have no idea. When I was new in this, I didn't know what was going to happen, and I had to do so much research and DD, from Reddit and to Twitter and Spaces. I've been trying to learn as much as I can, and the really hard thing is the figuring out what's a shill, who's who's out there just to try to dissuade basically a new investor from joining in and buying shares of AMC.
Yep.
And it's just, one of the biggest things under my skin lately has been, just the sort of bashing the CEO Adam Aaron, and it's incredible to think about the heights that he's brought this company back post-pandemic. We bought shares, we gave the company money, but he's the captain of that ship, and he's taking our money and he's improving the fundamentals. He's moving AMC into contracts with production companies to go to theaters only, Warner Brothers. He's venturing us into, new revenue streams like the popcorn. He's hedged us against a market downfall. We own a mine company. And so if a market downfall happens, the prices of, precious metals go up. So we're hedged against market downfall. Every quarter is just becoming better and better with the movie revenue. Concessions are going up. The FUD about Adam Aaron being a bad CEO or not caring about the shareholders is just wrong. It's wrong, wrong, wrong.
I agree with that 100%. Very true.
That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, he's doing a very good job.
Wrong. Everything they say is wrong. Sorry.
And if you don't like it, if you don't like CEO Adam, then you have two choices. You can keep your stock, or you can, I guess, sell it if it's that horrible to you. You have a choice.
I think people should think about this too. I think he's doing a good job. I think it took some time to see that he was actually getting things done. But I will say, I will never fault anybody for coming out and speaking out against the CEO, because I think without any type of challenge from the community, that he could go off target. I think the positive and the negative is both good for Adam Aaron in regards to reading the room. I agree with what you're saying 100%, but I also think we need to keep in mind that we need to let Adam Aaron know when something happens that we disagree with. You know what I mean?
I agree with that 100%. I don't think that we shouldn't be allowed to, bring up where he's wrong. But, when you're arguing that the share price is what it is and it's his fault, I'm sorry, but we all know why the share price is what it is. And it has nothing to do with Adam Aaron. It has everything to do with the, billions of naked short shares in the market that have diluted our share uncontrollably. I mean, he has no control over that.
And it's not just it's GME, it's HYMC. There's a shit ton of other stocks out there that's being shorted to shit.
Correct.
It's not the same thing. So right.
So those of us that know that it's okay. We know, and we're going to hold, and we know that there's an upside because we know that they have, every short is a future buy. We know that, but it's the new investor coming into this play that sees the FUD, the anti-Adam Aaron FUD from this community, from inside the community. And if you were a new investor looking for a company to invest your money in, you don't want to be scared off about whether or not the CEO is going to, work for your interest first thing. That's going to be like, hey, do I want to buy this company if the CEO is not going to help me? So this community spreading the FUD of anti-Adam Aaron or Ryan Cohen or Elon Musk, who are all in the same fight of trying to take down these short sellers, that's working against our community, and it's not helping us bring new retail investors in and buying more shares.
In fact, it could also be scaring them away.
Correct. That's my fear. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with you. Totally agree with you. And on the share count thing, what you said about the billions of shares out in the market, I ran a poll, which everybody came in and voted. shared, retweeted, liked, made it a very, very successful poll. One of the most successful ones I've done. I pinned it to the top, and it's share count. Let's fucking go. How many AMC shares do you own? Let's let them know we didn't leave. Retweet, vote, like, and I put 4 different voting slots with 100 shares or more, 500 shares or more, 1,000 shares or more, and 5,000 shares or more. And cool enough, Jarrett Porst came in and actually just threw it all out on a spreadsheet for me. I was going to do it later, but he's keeping tabs on it. Very, very nice. Much appreciated. And he's showing, as of his last post, for 3,094 holders that have voted, the average shareholder minimum is 1,481, which overall...
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, that's a poll of over 3,000 people. They do presidential polls to get presidential ratings with under 2,000 people. Considering the sample group is more or less pretty hardcore apes. But even with a 50% margin of error, if there was a 50% margin of error to the downside, that would still be over 600 shares per person, and it would be over 3.9 billion shares out in the open market. And what's happening is these market makers who can create endless liquidity for price growth, what they're doing is every share that they've created synthetically and sold out onto the open market has effectively diluted our, what I'm going to call, the real market float. Not the free float that the company would have at 516 million, but the open market float, which is now over 3 billion. So in that, they diluted our stock and our stock price by selling all those shares onto the open market. But the reason it actually brought the price down is because I believe that every share they created and sold, they created through shorting. I firmly believe that they have shorted billions of shares.
I'm with you 100%.
If you haven't seen that poll yet, look up at the top in the nest and go check it out. If you haven't voted, please vote.
I voted. I retweeted it for you.
Right on.
Hey, Spence,
sorry. Well, I was just going to say one more thing about, the Adam Aaron thing. And it's, another argument is whether or not he's actively doing anything with both these naked shorts. And the thing is, if he makes the wrong move there, then the short hedge funds and anybody else who's going to lose a lot of money on this play are going to sue AMC. They're going to sue them.
Yep.
And we will be mired in a lawsuit for years and years and years. You know what? It'll probably happen whether or not he does anything wrong. It'll just make it worse. Take longer if they have any reason to say that he was complicit in making this short squeeze happen, because as him as a CEO, he cannot do that. It's essentially insider trading if he gets caught forcing the squeeze.
Right.
It has to happen. It has to happen in a sort of legal way. And he has to work around that legality so that we all can make our attendees, him included. He's the largest single shareholder of AMC. You think he's not concerned about the stock price?
Yeah, I don't think it's Adam Aaron's job to force a squeeze at all. I think it's Aaron Adams' job to go ahead and run the company, make it better fundamentally, because I'm sure there's legalities behind it. But behind everybody scaring, like Cornelius is saying about, scaring new investors off, I totally get that. But I think if you're getting new investors in here, and let's say out of let's use a number, 1,000 people. Okay, so you get a new investor and he speaks to 1,000 people. Out of those 1,000, how many do you people, everybody in this room, think will have something bad to say about Adam Aaron?
Hopefully not many. I mean, there isn't much bad to say about him. He's a very likable seeming guy. He seems very friendly. He's open to us investors and engaging with us. there really isn't much to not like about him.
Yeah.
He listens to us, and he said so, and like in the Q1, and he says he listens to us. So he took Stanley or Eric Stanley's ideas, that huge idealist, so he is listening.
Yeah, he's very active, John, with retail investors. He's made it known. In the last call, he basically said, "Believe me, I am listening. I may not be speaking much, but I am listening." He's limited, okay, and I'm sure there's legal reasons why he's not going to go out and speak up. It's not going to be, "Oh, we're going to make this, we're going to make that." Here, what he said. He says we could say to a point legally. That's what I think.
Correct. I think that's exactly what's going on. And he's trying to let us know all information that he can without going too far and causing, like I said, maybe, legal issues, or even, he doesn't want to tip the hand to the short sellers. He doesn't want to show them our next move because they'll be ready for it.
Yeah, that's a very good point. But for all the clowns earlier, like the one was he was commenting about Amy and all this bullshit and all this drama, and they're shorting it. Oh, it's a penny stock. All these people got together to say whatever, and it's like a hamster running in this cage in a circle. They truly don't know what else to say. They truly don't know what else to throw at us, and they're going to try to change their words or whatever. Who gives a flying rat's ass? We already know what we're holding on, all of us, right? So who gives a damn?
Yeah, man. We know, but like I said, my fear is the new guy just started his Twitter account because he's curious on how to find out what AMC is. Like, that was me in the beginning. I didn't know what the short squeeze meant. I thought GME squeezed, whatever you want to call it, in January. And I was like, wait, you mean that wasn't a squeeze? Like, I didn't know. Like, I was not versed in the DD, I didn't follow the stock market that closely, but I started to read and find out more, and I'm still with it,
Yeah, so hopefully all these new investors go into the proper calls and see the proper tweets. But I think, this is just my opinion, and I feel this way, there's a lot more good things being said about AMC than shittier things. But again, I know what you're saying. They don't know too much about it. They get in there, they hear negative news, they'll be like, "Hey, why do I want to invest?" That's when it comes down to them doing, their DD, kind of like you did, kind of like I did when I first got in the play. We don't know much about. I kind of did my own DD before I even started investing my money in it. But yeah, hopefully they just fall in the proper hands, and read the proper articles, and always, fact check everything that they're reading.
Well, if you're going to challenge CEO Adam, which I've even done in the past, you better make sure that you have you don't have to come out and be like, CEO Adam's a fucking asshole and blah, blah, blah. Come out and say, "Hey, CEO Adam, this is where I'm sitting. This is my problem. Here's how I would fix it." Have a concept of how to fix the problem. Don't just come out and say ignorant things like, "Oh, this guy's an idiot," and blah. He will, even if you don't necessarily agree with him all the time, he will still follow you, and he will still look at your DMs. He looks at every DM I sent him and has responded to a few. So he's seeing what we're saying. What's up, Froggy? Froggy Styles. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? I see Adam Aaron's a topic of discussion, and I'm on the same page where I'm like teetering both ways, and I'm just kind of watching, and because I don't know which way to think with them, but you got to look at it this way: in order to catch a rat, you have to let it come all the way in the box before you trap it. So if Adam Aaron's playing the cheese and he's trying to lure in the rat, it's going to make him look like the bad guy. So until the rat's in the box and the door is closed, the play is still here. He's actually lured in the naked shorters, and the play's gotten bigger, stronger. It's looking super nasty on paper. And a lot of people trust Ryan Cohen, and he's doing the exact same thing, but he's not getting any grief for it. They both have a different approach to business. I think in this case, I think Adam Aaron might have more experience. Ryan Cohen might have a little bit more success in the terms of like maybe profits. But other than that, they're both still doing the same trick. They're trying to lure in the rat before they catch it. And like until Ryan Cohen squeezes and we don't, we can't really say that Adam Aaron did anything wrong until the play is completely over and we prove that, Ryan might have been more right and we got hosed or whatever. It looks like we're still the bigger play. I can't even say, I'll say that lightly because the numbers don't exactly line up to make perfect sense. But I think what Adam Aaron's doing is he's baiting
Taylor.
And I think he's been baiting all along. So it looks like he's playing both sides, but like our play has gotten stronger. The shorts have gotten weaker. They're more forced into being invested. So I think that as long as everything plays out, the shorts haven't covered, they haven't found a way to get out. Their position is not improving. Ours is. And I think that he's doing that. I think he's going to make us all very wealthy for waiting it out.
Absolutely. What was I going to say? AMC overall, I'm more confident. I'm so freaking confident. I don't even care anymore. All I'm looking at now is, are we going to be sub 12 again so I can buy more shares, which I'm going to continue to buy over 15 as I've got my computer share recurring payment on monthly anyways for $100 a month. So I'm going to keep building my computer share position up until this thing hits $20 regardless. So hopefully RedBox plays out the right way and I can flip a mass amount and slam a big AMC order here pretty soon.
Well, some numbers did come out. We was talking about it.
Yeah.
Some of the rooms yesterday, the top 94 funds have reported 105% ownership.
Yeah.
Since last year, we only have 147 total funds. Now we have 481. So that's only 94 or 95 of the top funds that was in that 105%. So it's way more than that. Then he put out, we own 90% of the float. So there's 195% right there for you. And we know that that's way underreported because they can't report the true numbers. So you can at least double that, in my opinion. On our side, we know that I'm pretty damn sure we own twice the float. I mean, that's shit from July, August last year.
Here's the
we started
funny
out
thing.
owning more than 100%.
I totally agree with you on twice the float, Keith. I think retail owns at least twice the float.
And another thing, going back to Adam Aaron, I think it's kind of important what Spence said. The guy will DM you. It's okay to disagree with him, but I think what Spencer's trying to say is how you say it. And you don't go to attack or whatever. It's how you approach the situation, how you're speaking. Be normal about it. If it's okay to disagree, but don't go on attack mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't ever see him playing. I don't know what you meant by playing both sides. The other guy, Froggy, I think it was. I don't know what he meant by that, but I've never seen Adam Aaron as playing us as the fool. To me, he's always been on our side. If you look back at his history, he's one of the most innovative CEOs and brilliant minds that there is.
Yeah, I got to agree with you.
We sat down in AMC Ideal Spaces in the top 5. I mean, he come out with them right away. So it wasn't that we thought of the ideals and he implemented it. It's that we had hundreds of brilliant minds in this community come up with ideals, and so did he before us. So that shows that he's on his game.
I think Froggy probably meant he doesn't know. He doesn't know. Maybe he's just throwing a few comments out there just to lure the hedge funds in, just to let them think. Whatever. Maybe in that aspect, yeah. But overall, I think he's totally for the retail. And like Froggy said, until that rat's in the box and that door's closed, we have no reason to not believe him.
Time to pound. Right time to pounce.
Well, when I said it as in like playing both sides, I didn't mean it in like a he's using us and using
that. I don't think you did. I didn't know what you meant there.
It's more of a he's pretending he's not going to pounce, and then he's still going to pounce. So they're trying to come in, and he's acting like he's doing nothing. That's why you see people screaming, do something. And he's just, his inaction was basically like acting like he's not going to do something, but that was actually an offensive move. He was luring in the rat. And I see it, and I'm like, I'm just kind of watching. I'm like, he knows what he's doing. He's not stupid. He's 70 years old and has experience for a reason. So, like, Warren Buffett wouldn't even sweat this. And he's pretty much the same. I don't want to say same caliber, but same era. They look at naked shorts as being a joke. So to him, he's just pulling it in, and he knows the more shorts that come in, the more the company's market cap will be at the end. So you technically want as many naked shorts as possible, so you can have a massive market cap.
Good. I'm glad you said that, Froggy.
Real quick, Spence, we got to look at what happened last week with Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Okay, them people, they have a shitload of following, at least 40 million each, that at a low ballpark. Them people has had time now to do research on AMC and GME and make a decision whether they want to come in this week or not. So I think we're going to see a shitload of buying power this week.
You know what's funny? You mentioned that Trump retweeted some stuff about AMC Apes and GME and AMC a couple weeks ago. And then Adam Aaron Musk started talking about popcorn in theaters back when that Twitter executive was making fun of Musk for Asperger's. I DM'd Adam Aaron and said, hey, it'd be cool if AMC could do Asperger's Awareness Month. And he tweeted back, he said, yeah, that's a great idea. Thanks for sharing. And then suddenly after that, Musk starts talking about theaters and popcorn and all kinds of stuff and going to the movies. You know damn well he's talking about AMC. So,
well, let me add to that real quick. I overthink things on the weekends because I'm not working, so I got too much time on my hands. And I was sitting there thinking, why would the SEC not let Trump come public with a media company? I get it, it's freedom of speech and they don't want the truth to get out. But what if there's more to it than just that? And I thought about, how I already called the stock market a Ponzi scheme, and I've been breaking down the different reasons why I think it's a Ponzi scheme, and I kind of prove it with the numbers that it doesn't operate the way a natural market should. If Trump came out and he started losing money from the get-go, $1 million a year, with his following, his stock would shoot to the moon, even if he wasn't making money, proving that it is 100% Ponzi scheme making it go up.
Yeah, and here's the funny thing. Trump's the first person to initiate the executive order that reduced or canceled American companies from using Chinese liquidity from assets overseas with 13592 executive order, which turned into 14032, which then Biden canceled, and then now I guess it's back in effect. Has anybody heard anything on that? But on Keith's statement, or your statement too, about market cap, Froggy, if it's true and there's 5 billion shares out in the open market, right? If we hit $20, that's over $12 trillion market cap. That's insane. It's just insane to think about 5.5 some billion shares at $20 a pop. It's crazy where this could go if they actually have to start reporting proper dynamics on market structure, which is why I also think too that Gary Gensler, which I have no faith in him whatsoever, but Gensler has been talking about reporting the new rule on reporting data. So we'll see what actually happens. It's going to be really interesting. The one, you had your hand up, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, sorry.
Lord One.
Yes, Ape Radio. Spence, check your DMs first.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Ape Radio, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, weekdays, morning time with Hedgie, Froggy. Day. All good stuff.
I love this roundabout that we have going on with Froggy at market close, Ape Radio in the evenings and in a pre-market, and then me just randomly popping in to disrupt everything in everybody's lives.
Yep.
It's Spence. Thanks.
Thanks a lot, Spence. Appreciate you.
Oh yeah. Go ahead, Juan. You can do everything.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You guys literally don't have to ask me for anything in this. Just pin it, post it, tweet it.
That was another thing we was talking about the other day. You just mentioned keyword disrupt, and that's something that the market makers and the hedge funds, they can all count on. is their DD and their way of doing things. That when a disruption comes in, like us, they have no clue what to do with us. And we just keep on disrupting, and they don't know what to do with us. They never thought that we would be here for number one. Then they never thought we would learn what we learned as fast as we learned it, number two. And then they never thought that, hey, these motherfuckers are going to change the rules on us. So that's number three. So we've disrupted them 3 times in a row, and they just have no clue what to do with us. Last night, there was who was playing that broadcast? Somebody was playing a broadcast, and they was talking about it's very mathematically possible that they could hit $1 million a share easily. Not hard, but easily. Of course, we're not talking about if you're thinking all 4 million or 8 million people going to hold to 1 million. No, that's not how it's going to work. There's going to be people selling out at $50, $100, $200, $1,000, whatever. But those that hold to the end, you might be in for a big fucking surprise how this thing can go.
Yeah, I've been saying for a minute that if you take and buy about 3, maybe 4 million shares, in the order book, it wipes it completely out. So I don't know where they're even getting all this trading volume, because if you look in the order book and just add up the shares that are listed for sale, they're not there. There's not enough to, if they bought 10 million tomorrow, this price could just run up crazy. And I know people are going to pay per hand at that point because the price goes up. That's just how it works. But I mean, if you go to cover 100 million, you seen what Vanguard and BlackRock did back in June when they bought their stack. They shot the price up. What would happen when they start covering hundreds of millions of shares? I mean, this thing could go straight vertical.
Yeah. If you were Spence could cover swaps. Somebody was talking about that the other day, and when I was listening to it, I mean, that's exactly the last way I think they have to cheat. It's unreported. It's done behind the scenes.
You're talking about swaps on bad positions where they've got a bad position and they want to like kind of like how they were doing MBS products.
Well, that's what I don't understand. But I know they're doing swaps behind the scenes with each other, and that's how they're hiding the amount of outstanding synthetics.
That's what they started doing when this whole thing blew up. Because what's happening now is the market is trying to figure out. Sometimes owning debt and owning a bad position is worth more than owning positive. You can sell debt in so many different ways. But what's happening is all these funds now are trying to figure out how to get net neutral or net positive before this thing explodes. And I'll tell you right now, Citadel never went fucking long on AMC. They made it look like it on the reporting data, but if you really look at how they're structured with their puts, calls, and long position, which keep in mind, you do not have to report your true short position on stock. They're just hedged massively against what's coming. They're trying to figure out how to get net positive. And these swaps, what happens in the background is they're trying to convince these other players in the market that this short position is still a good thing to have on the books, which it's not. It's already taken 2 or 3 funds underwater. So I think between swaps and then the creation of the depository receipts overseas, when they created the Brazilian depository receipts for AMC stock, it was a big deal. And they came out and said, no, we're not actually selling synthetic shares over there. It's just depository receipts. It does not affect the float of AMC. I think that's all bullshit. I think they took the synthetics that they made on the market during the $72 run, which took it back down to like $50-$40. They took all those synthetics they created and they created those Brazilian depository receipts, and they passed that debt off onto Brazilian investors. So they call them BDRs. It's a total freaking scam, man. But in reality, at some point in time, the bill's going to come due. If there is 5 billion shares out there, I mean, we've said it, we showed it, all the DD shows it. If anybody in the media or anybody professionally in the company comes out and says, look, there's a problem, we look to be diluted over 5 billion shares, this is going to explode. It's going to trigger FOMO buying like nobody's ever seen. And I hate to say it, at some point in time, so many shares are going to be owned and so many people are going to be holding that they're finally going to have to say there are no more AMC shares for sale at this time. So my personal opinion is getting in now while you can below 20 bucks is smart, but also I'm extremely happy knowing that I have at least 200 to 300 shares direct registered with ComputerShare, because when all this shit hits the fan, I know for certain that I have a verified, direct registered, authentic AMC share backed up by serial number that I can always fall back on. That's my big thing. It's going to be interesting how this plays out. Regardless of what's about to happen, it's going to be one of the most interesting things in financial history. So Jurassic World Dominion runs, it says this, I love the deadline, man. It's the best box office news. Jurassic World Dominion roars to 389 million worldwide. Its Top Gun Maverick soars to 747 million in the domestic box office. Top Gun's going to hit $1 billion, and it looks like Jurassic World Dominion could probably clear 800 million worldwide before the end of the reporting for Q2 on June 30th. Trizzle, what's up?
Thanks for putting me up, Spence. Real quick, I understand what you're saying about having your shares registered, etc. But I mean, all our shares are in our account, so how are those not going to get paid?
I didn't say they wouldn't get paid. I don't know what's going to happen. Your shares in your account you own. Your broker owes you money for those shares. That's a fact. More than likely, yes, you are going to get paid for them. But when shit hits the fan and there's 5 billion shares, who knows what the government's going to do, man? What if the government comes out and says, hey, any shares that are purchased and bought over the 516 million float, you're going to get paid out almost like a settlement, because they're not actually authentic market shares issued by the company. Who knows what's going to happen, right? So for sure, I know 100% that I have a direct registered share with ComputerShare, that's the transfer agent for AMC, on their books. So when shit hits the fan and AMC has to come in with lawyers, they can say, hey, here's one of our shareholders, Thomas Spencer, who owns 500 direct registered shares. I'm still in Fidelity. I have over 1,000 shares in Fidelity, right? But I also have shares in ComputerShare that I know are 100% authentic to the company. And not only that, the benefit is now I have two platforms, right? If for some reason Fidelity glitches out and goes down, I can still go over to ComputerShare and sell some shares. So having cross-platform shares is not a bad idea, as long as it's not like Webull or Robinhood or something like that. And
right,
think of this, man. I've got over 1,000 shares in Fidelity, and I never got my proxy statement, and they're still trying to figure out why I haven't got my proxy statement for the 2022 proxy vote.
Right. I mean, you're making a lot of good points, and I feel you, and I hear you. But if they don't let us sell our shares for what they're worth, like, nobody will ever invest in the stock market. I mean, come on.
Completely agree. Well, look what happened when they took away the buy button, man. I mean, I'm not saying anything. I'm not fudding to try to get you to direct register. All I'm saying is having a contingency plan, and having a contingency plan with shares that are directly registered with the company is not a bad idea. And for all the FUD, the people coming out and saying Citadel owns ComputerShare and this and that, it's bullshit. It's all bullshit. Citadel is a customer of ComputerShare. They use this agency to make sure that the shares that their executives and board members hold are registered properly on a book, so that there's no legal issues in the future. And anyways, like I said, another thing with ComputerShare, every share that you DRS, direct register, and it's on the book with AMC, cannot be lent out to short. And I have a feeling the past couple months that we've been pushing this and people have been jumping on board, like I said, my DMs and all the tweets I've seen, I would say that we probably have generated over 500,000 shares direct registered in the past couple months. And our cost to borrow has skyrocketed. Our short interest has also went up. I think direct registration, and I hate to say this, but I think the reason why Adam Aaron wanted another share offering is because we're so diluted on the market float, which I explained earlier is different than the free float. The market float is what's actually out there with synthetics counted in. I think share offerings, why Adam Aaron wanted to do it, is because it puts more legitimate shares out into the real free float, which puts strain on the market float with the synthetics. If that makes any sense whatsoever to anybody. But I think if we go cash flow positive in Q2 and Q3, and Adam Aaron comes out and requests another share offering, I think I'm actually going to be on board with it this time. I don't think the dilution is going to hurt us at all because it's actually putting authorized real shares out into the market, which now market makers will have to cover synthetics to provide that extra volume in trading. It's a really weird theory. Lou spoke about it, but he did it the wrong way, and he said stop buying AMC because you're buying synthetics. I think that was the wrong answer. I think buying these synthetics has created a 10x squeeze potential. Everybody who's been buying the whole way from 72 down to 10 has helped create a new ceiling for our squeeze that we never would have thought possible. So every time we've had a share offering hit the market, our stock price has went up. So it's a really interesting concept.
Well, look at this way too. I'm actually against the share dilution thing, but it's because I don't want to see my money get cut in half.
Right.
But you look at it, what price was it trading at when he wanted 500 million? Wasn't it like 40 or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so what would have happened if he would have taken 500 million shares and dumped them into the market? How much money would he have collected?
Shit ton. He probably could have paid off the company debt.
Exactly. So then what could he done then? Dividend. Boom. Yep. The game would have been over. But we actually kind of stopped it because we didn't want to lose money. And he could have been basically free to do whatever he wanted. Now he's forced to do it a different process. And I'm not saying that, that's what he would have done. But, I mean, it looked like he was trying to dig himself right out of debt real quick and possibly go offensive. But it's a tough one for me to say, go ahead, take half my money because I want you to do whatever you want to do. It's a real tough thing for me to accept. But I think that's what he might have been doing, was guaranteeing to clear that debt and go offensive.
Well, here's the interesting thing. Tesla has like a 1.14 billion share market cap. AMC Theaters, if it has its popcorn revenue stream in stores and it has its credit card revenue stream, could justify a 1 billion shares outstanding. They could justify that. But Rico's Trades came out with a theory a while back, and he was saying, yes, I think share offering and actual dilution on the market is probably what we need. And it's not because, like a normal dilution where they put out billions of shares and it cuts your price down. I think when we put new shares out on the market directly from the company now, it creates a problem for market makers who have been creating synthetics the whole time, because now market makers have to find liquidity to properly put those shares out. You know what I mean? Like market makers who have been using all their money to create synthetic shares that don't belong in the market, that weren't authorized, now have to find out how to put 500 million new shares out on the market that are certified by AMC. And that takes a lot of money to do. They might not have it. So we'll see what happens. If he starts talking share offering again, I'm definitely going to be more in tune with it. But I would think we would want the price to be over $20 at least to do this. We wouldn't want to do it right now at like 10 to 15. I don't think it would be worth it.
Well, here's another part that goes to that too. Like, when he came out with the whole pitch on it, his pitch wasn't very clear what he was going to do with it. He just said,
right,
give me 500 million shares. He should have been more clear what he was going to do with it and why he wanted such an aggressive amount. And here's the thing. We didn't give him 500 million shares but the shorts went out and created 2 billion shares and put it right in our face and dropped the price down. He could have just taken the money anyways and took it away from them.
Exactly. And I don't think it helped too that we saw the insider selling that we saw in Steven Colanero, man, he was selling nonstop, and now we know why, because he was leaving the company. So a lot of the FUD on the insider selling, I think, kind of distracted us from the share offering. But like I said, we've went over Steven Colanero. I think he's an implant from the big hedge funds to destroy companies to facilitate the death spiral lending, and he's supposed to be gone. I don't know why he's still listed on the board members, but he is retiring. That's why he sold all his shares. But that's a really good point, Froggy. I'm telling you, I think if AMC authorized shares, it actually offsets some of the synthetics that are made, which is why each time we've had a share offering, the prices went up. Like if you look at the charting and the time of the share offering drops on the daily for AMC, every time the new shares hit the market, the AMC price went up significantly. So
if he came out and said, look, I will give you guys a dividend after I wipe this debt, and I will make things start moving back upward where we're debt free, and he had a sales pitch like that, I mean, it would be an easy yes. But I mean, he didn't really explain where he was going to put, what was that, 20? He probably wouldn't have got $20 billion by selling all them shares. He probably wouldn't have sold them all in the first place. He would have probably put like 100 to 200 million shares in the vault, and then he would have probably just diluted whatever else he needed until he got debt free, and he could have probably, the game would have probably been over, because once you have no debt and we started screaming NFT dividend, he would have been like, oh, no problem. One for you, and that would have been all she wrote.
Here's the crazy thing, and this is the only thing I'll say about Adam Aaron, is I think he misses the iron when it's hot sometimes. Because they could have went out, and this was 6 months ago, I brought this idea up about selling an NFT, AMC NFT directly to the market. We had massive community support behind that. And in theory, we could have easily raised $300 to $500 million in a matter of a month just by them selling the NFT, which then, if they would have made the NFT and they would have had actual utility with it, where they did like random drawings every year where so many people won free movie tickets or stub memberships, would probably have been a good one. You win a free stub membership through your NFT, then it would have had real utility. And everybody was behind it, and they could have sold these NFTs at different rarities from 1 to 5 to increase your drawing odds. $5, $50, $100, or $200 and $500. I think we could have made enough money to pay off the debt that was restricting us via that covenant, and it would have been done already. And he tweeted about it and said, we want to do another NFT. Should we make it for sale or should we make it for free? And of course, haters are going to get on and say, do it for free. But there was a large majority. It was almost split. There was a large majority that wanted one for sale, but they can do both. So I'm hoping that's still on the table to raise money to pay off some of this debt. What's up, Triz?
Yeah, I get that, but I think the NFT market is kind of dead right now, man. That's my opinion about it.
Yeah, no, it is. I agree with you. The good thing is, though, is as an AMC retail investor, it's just an opportunity for you to pump cash directly into the company that could be used to pay off debt without going to the movies, without basically doing anything. All you're doing is logging in and you're buying an NFT with random chance to win a free Stubs membership. So as a retail investor, I would rather buy an NFT for $200 than personally see them do another share dilution for the same reason. We can give them the cash we need through an NFT sale instead of doing another share dilution. Then they can go ahead and pay off those debts. And here's the thing. I would rather buy 5 AMC NFTs knowing that cash is going directly to pay off debt than buy more shares at this point. Because I know the shares I'm buying fundamentally are probably synthetic and they're creating dilution on the price, which we've been seeing. So if I can if I can inject money directly into AMC via an NFT sale, and also for the potential for them to earn royalties on it over the next 20 years, I'm more down with that than anything. So hopefully he still offers it. I think it might be a little too late though. Like you said, the NFT market is taking a hit. It's not as popular as it was.
Well, yeah, because we got NFTs that we couldn't sell. They said a month. It turned into 3 months. And then in the meantime, while all that was going on, every single NFT got rug pulled or corruption inside of almost every group.
Yeah.
Where they took a big hit and people are so scared with, we don't want too much government regulation, but there's none.
Yeah.
And now people are just getting stolen from, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree, man. I totally agree. The beauty of this is you're not really buying the NFT for the intrinsic value of it, right? You're buying it so that AMC can pay off their debt at a much faster rate than everybody just waiting for the next movie release.
Well, it all depends on if that NFT is like just a Batman poster, then absolutely, it's just a collector's item. But then when it has a contract behind it, like mine did, it's a total different story. I mean, even my own they tried to steal it all out from under me, so I had to close it down.
What's up, Vanilla?
Hey, I just want to say, I like the NFT thing, but let's think about the credit card thing. How about, the secured credit cards? Like, I'll go down $5,000 on a secured credit card and not even just to give them monetary leverage. You see what I'm getting at? This is much bigger than, I think it's better than the NFTs. That's all I got to say. I toss that around and maybe, we got a huge amount of smart people out there to do a little bit more digging on that. I think it's a beautiful idea.
I totally agree with you. I love the credit card. And here's the thing. I did some DD on it. We have 4 million retail AMC investors. The thing is, though, there's like 40 to 50 million AMC moviegoers, right? Who do use Stubs memberships. I've asked a couple people who use their Stubs, and I said, "Are you a shareholder?" And they said, "No, it's just cheaper for me to use Stubs to bring my family to the movie." I said, "Awesome." So on average, a branded company credit card that's sold to retail investors or retail consumers, on average per active account, makes $198 a year, right? Just with 2 million AMC investors, which is half of our investment community, $198 a year is $360 million annually in revenues. Now, like I said, you got to remember, there's 40 to 50 million moviegoers. So if AMC can get a branded credit card in under 12% interest, from say 12 to 24%, and they can make it to where you get Stubs membership points by using it, so you get more gift cards, I am absolutely going to be using that at the theater.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna be quiet, step down. Love you guys.
Thanks for coming up, man. That was a good point about the credit card. I love talking that credit card idea.
I was way off earlier last night, and then I guess last week I was talking about all the price discovery we have. I mean, if you look at it, we have AMC Stubs, Popcorn, NFT, DreamWorks, Oculus, On Demand, laser technology, upgrading the theaters, merchandise, credit card, Highcroft Mine, and advertising through NCMI that they own 6% of. I mean, look at all the shit that they got going on that could bring them more money. I mean, it's just crazy. Any one of those things a regular company would die to have. And here they have, 12?
Yeah, it's going to be wild, you guys. The revenue streams that are getting ready to come in, I'm predicting they can do 250 to 300 million annually on retail popcorn sales, especially if they do the golden ticket redemption idea, which Adam Aaron said he did like. But you can see AMC revenue since 2021 is seeing massive increases in revenues. We are bringing our revenue stream back. The past 3 quarters in a row have all been surprise positive from consensus. What's up, cat lady? How are you?
Not much, my man. What's up?
I love your profile image, by the way.
Thank you. Hey, gotta support AMC, and that's the only way I can do it. I don't have one of those with an AMC symbol on it or trademarks.
Yeah.
It is what it is. And shout out to Jen next to me too. She liked the 3D glasses, so she rocked them too.
It was her glasses that I took and added to my face.
I want some 3D glasses, Jen.
All right, here's a question for you, and I'm not sure if I'm going to end up quite unpopular when I'm done with this. But here, flat out, if we approved, let's say we approved another share offering, our intent of doing that, in my opinion, would be to pay off debt. Would that be the consensus here?
For me, yes.
Okay. What's to say he doesn't go out and buy another company or try to save another company that's starting to go down the crapper instead of paying off debt with those? If he were to do a share offering and he could guarantee he's putting all of that revenue into paying off debt, for me, almost a no-brainer. If he were to go out per se and buy another company or try to rescue another company that might not even show revenue again for another 2 to 4 to 5 years, I don't know if I'm down with that. So that's all I had to say about it. It may come unpopular, but I think it needs to be looked at. That could be a possibility.
I'm in Highcroft mine, and I love Highcroft, but I totally agree with you. I think the debt with the restrictive covenants needs to be paid off immediately, and I would think the share offering should go towards that.
Yeah, and the other thing too.
You cannot offer a share offering right now with so many shorts trapped, though. That's the problem. If they create more shares, it makes it easier for them to get out at a lower price.
No, and I agree with that. I'm just saying, let's just play pretend right now and say that doesn't exist. If he were to do that, we had no clue Highcroft Mine was coming. That was completely out of the blue. He didn't mention it. He didn't put it to a vote. It is what it is. But going forward, I just hope if he does something and we okay it, it goes towards the debt and not saving other companies. That's just my take on it.
I do think
Save AMC first.
I do think Highcroft is going to generate $300 to $400 million in gains for AMC because there's a lot of interested parties coming in as investors with this new deposit that they've found. The deposit they found is extremely high grade. Like normally you'll see maybe 100 to 1,000 grams per ton of silver in a deposit find. They found 6,200 grams per ton of silver in this one deposit. So it's really good. Diane Garrett's really good, but I do understand people's misgivings about it because it came out of left field. But do understand right now that AMC is up over $30 million on that investment. But I agree with you. I think we shouldn't do a share offering under $20 at this point in time. But I do think if we did it, we do need to pay off the debt. I totally agree with that.
All right, I'll step down. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
If you get attacked by a bunch of Highcroft fanatics, it's not my fault, okay?
I'm not worried about it.
I looked into popcorn a while back, and I believe it was Orville Redenbacher was $420 million a quarter, and Skinny Pop was the next at 200. So there's a wide open opportunity for AMC to come in and take over the whole market.
Check this out. Unusual Whales just tweeted, Robinhood has agreed in principle to settle a proposed class action filed by customers in the United States who claim the investment app's outages in March 2020 shut them out of trading on pandemic-related volatility. So I know I was talking to one lawyer up in New York who had helped the 27-year-old truck driver from Jersey win his lawsuit against them. He got back like $34,000. So it looks like Hood is settling on this class action suit, but I'm not sure what agency it is because in my opinion, every single person that was in on the play on January 28th is entitled to at least settlement of shares between $21 and $5. So they lost a class action lawsuit, but they're still able to operate as a broker. That is absolute trash.
And Kathy Wood still believes in him. What a joke.
Yeah. a hood's gonna go under $5. I almost my like I said before, my biggest regret is one, I was short Facebook at $333, and Jim Cramer's analyst fuckheads kind of talked me out of it in a space right before the big drop, which I would have made a killing on that. And I was gonna short hood, but I didn't have enough free liquidity, so I did it on a paper trading account. I opened my short at $65. I literally could have retired already if I would have just kept my short positions open on these clown companies. So lesson learned. Let me pin that tweet to the top. I want to know who's in charge of the class action suit and how much they got to pay, and what the SEC and Congress is going to say about this, considering that they did nothing when they called him in to testify for the January buy button.
I'm going to say this right now. Fuck the SEC. Fuck Congress. Fuck these congressmen who fucking trade ahead of us and make gazillions of dollars. Fuck them all, dude. That's it.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Very much. They're all drinking from the same Kool-Aid, man.
I think in order for Robinhood to pay out that kind of money to all them people, it's going to have to be by insurance. They don't have the money for it.
No, Robinhood has like no money right now. They're already broke, man. They have no revenues. Not anything good, anyways.
No one's gonna and none of their hedge funds buddies are gonna lend them the money anymore either.
Yep. And think about this: they just set up to where your crypto is in a wallet, correct, on Robinhood. So now Robinhood was holding that crypto on their books, and it just took a freaking nasty dive. Robinhood's toast, man.
Right. Again, anybody who is into crypto, we've all said it 100 times. If you don't have your crypto in a private wallet, it's Russian roulette. So there you go.
I have a hard wallet.
Basic stuff.
Yeah. I have a ledger, and I'll tell you what, when I get back into crypto, the first thing I'm doing is I'm putting all my crypto on a ledger, a hard wallet. I will probably start getting back into crypto if I see Bitcoin hit 20,000. I'll start buying up Ethereum more than likely.
Yeah, there's a lot of other good coins out there other than Ethereum and Bitcoin. I'm not going to expose or tell the group what I'm in, but there's a couple good ones out there other than those big name ones. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So just do your research on it.
Loopring, I'm probably not going to get in, but Loopring has real utility now because aren't they involved with the GameStop NFT marketplace?
Yeah, I don't know too much about that one.
Okay.
Truthfully.
We'll let if Swing comes up, he can tell us about it.
Yeah.
Surrey.
All right. Well, I'm gonna drop down. I'm at work, so I'm gonna continue my my duties here. Take care.
Thanks for coming up, Triz.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off too, guys. Have a good day. I gotta go do some shopping and stuff, so I'll get back with you guys later.
Right on, Froggy. Thanks for coming, man. Yeah, I probably won't keep the space open too much longer because I want to go chill out a little bit too. But I guess if anything, anybody has anything they want to say to close out or any other ideas we can talk about. I think this space was great, man. We just covered so much in one perfect slot in a very organized, ascending manner. It makes me really happy. There was over 30 people watching on YouTube the entire time. So everybody on YouTube, thank you very much for coming. And what you guys were saying about new users coming in and new apes coming in, one of the YouTube viewers was saying, he's like, man, maybe I will start a Twitter account because it seems like everybody's on there. And I said, yeah, do it and follow all us in the call and come in. You'll find out the quickest way to find out what's FUD is to get on Twitter and get involved with this community right here. Froggy, Jen, Hedge, Keith, the one, Sue Ray, Lady K, Jim, PK Lance, Swing Trader, Viper, all the guys, man. And Mike, Gold. I'll name everybody.
Keith, Rocket, Jay Brown, Turbo.
Yep.
I mean, keep going with this list, Swing Trader.
Jay Brown was just grilling some impossible burgers.
Brown.
Hey, before you bounce, I want to say something real quick, man.
Go for it.
Vlad don't give a shit if his company goes under. Look at how much money he sold the week after they fucking went public. At that amount. Dude, that's the whole corporate idea now. We make our money and we let this company do whatever the fuck it does.
Yep.
That's across the board on corporations now. The people running them don't care about the companies anymore. That's why Adam Aaron is so fucking important, because he does care. This guy made billions. I don't give a fuck if it goes under and you all lost your money. I got mine, bitch.
Vlad started selling shares at like $70 a share when it ran up from the SPAC squeeze. And it's funny that Congress has not come in and investigated that, because since their SPAC opening, they have done nothing but trend down to $7.61 a share. It's a fraudulent company. Vlad was a CEO implant. After January 28th, he knew they were screwed, and Citadel knew they were screwed. And that's why all they did was take money out of it. Like, you have Kathy Wood's funds, who she was involved with Wang, who was involved with Tiger Cubs. They make these fucked up companies. A bunch of retail investors and fund managers jump in, and then they get rug pulled. And Kathy Woods right now, oh, I'm long on Hood, I'm long on Hood. All she's doing is losing her customers' money, and she knows it.
The thing that I want to bring up about Kathy Woods is most times you get out of an investment after so many losses, unless you're so trapped that you just keep increasing your position, same as Wang did. And they all follow the same business suit. So is she still buying Hood, trying to pump it and prop it up to protect her firm? Which is, I honestly believe that's why she's pushing and still buying and buying and buying, because I think she's the next one to go down.
Yeah, I think ARK Invest is going to collapse. You're going to see the rest of the... Okay, it's going to be ARK. Then it's going to be... Well, it might be Tiger Cubs first. It might be Tiger Global. Either way, they're both going down. I see 3 more funds. I tweeted earlier. I see 3 more funds being out of business by the end of July. Bitcoin down to 20,000. And I see a big catalyst coming up for AMC. I really don't like to use Musk as a pump for the stock, but all the freaking... Dude, the needle's pointing... The Jack Sparrow compass is pointing directly at Musk. Like... He's tweeting about buying mines. He's tweeting about going to the movies. Adam Aaron was super happy the first time Musk actually tweeted back to him, said a reply to him. And then, like I said, I told him, let's do the AMC Asperger's Awareness Month. And Adam Aaron liked it, and I'm pretty sure he reached out to Musk, because not even 2 weeks later, Musk started tweeting about popcorn. So I'm really digging it, man. One of the original ideas for AMC was to have Tesla superchargers. This was back in the SATEC days. Tesla supercharging stations at AMC theaters worldwide, because AMC theaters are pretty centrally located, and a lot of the ones in the West and Southwest have amazing potential for solar on the roofs or even on the properties surrounding the area. So, you go charge your car at lunchtime, you get a bite to eat, or in the evening you go watch a movie and you charge your car while you're watching a movie in the theater. It's brilliant. Okay.
Here's the thing about Robinhood too to remember is that if ARK would go down, they would have to liquidate, sell off all the shares.
Yep.
That they own. That sell-off's going to drag that price even lower.
Well, think of this. Look at ARK's holdings. Look at Tiger Cubs and ARK Invest holdings. A lot of their big positions are the same position these hedge fund market makers have long. That's why I think there's another 10% downside to this market coming. I think you're going to see 2 or 3 of these funds go out of business. They're going to have to liquidate. Twitter, Facebook, Netflix, Robinhood, all these companies are going to take another hit. And that's when we're really going to see crypto tank down to 20K. And that's where these funds, these market makers and these shitty hedge funds, they're going to have to start covering. There's 2 options for them right now. They close and go out of business and liquidate and run off into the distance, into the Cayman Islands, and enjoy their money. Or they hand over their long positions to the DTCC and get a cash loan to cover their positions and then try to come back into operation. I'm pretty sure what's going to happen is you're going to see hedge fund after hedge fund crumble, and they're going to run off into the fucking sunset, right? So
what you're getting too is that every time they do that, the banks are taking a hit too, which is creating margin risk on the bank, which creates less margin for the shorts that are holding their shorts.
And that's why some banks are shutting down trading on some of the hedge funds that operate under their umbrellas. There was a hedge fund just 2 weeks ago. They were told, I think by Chase, JP Morgan, they said, you guys are done trading. You're absolutely done. We can't take the risk. So very, very good point, Matt. It's going to get crazy pretty soon. That's all I got to say. This year, when Q2 comes out and shows profitability, or at least above 5 cents a share, negative 5 cents a share, it's going to rock the market because the theaters are fucking slam packed, man. That's the truth. There's so many photos. My theater is out in the middle of nowhere almost in this new development. It's nice, but when I pulled in on a Thursday at like 3:45 and it was full, and then I realized I wasn't watching Jurassic Park in IMAX because they said that Top Gun was still selling out in IMAX. I was like, holy shit. So I'm pretty stoked, you guys, for a Sunday.
Dude, we just had to go to Walmart to get like medicine for our niece. And the Jurassic World merch that Walmart is carrying right now is absolutely ridiculous. All the center aisles, main aisles.
Yep.
It's everything.
Well, it's crushing the box office right now. They're saying it's going to beat Top Gun in the opening, which is impressive. That's crazy. Here's the cool thing. What you say about that, I kind of judge really what the market is doing based off of people coming up and asking me who aren't involved in the market what's going on. My neighbor next door has nothing to do with this, doesn't know what's going on, but she goes, man, I heard on the news the housing market's getting ready to crash. And I was like, oh, so you finally are hearing about it. And then like you said with the merchandise, my other neighbor next door, she's got a 5-year-old kid, right? Little boy. He come flying around the corner the other day going, roar! And I was like, holy shit, what the hell's going on? And he's just got this shit-eating grin on his face and holds up this box, and it's all Jurassic Park dinosaurs. And he's like, dinosaurs! I'm like, this is great. When you see normal consumers not involved in the market, getting involved in the products, and getting involved in what the MSM is starting to doomsday about, that's a really good indicator to tell you that what we're all talking about is getting ready to happen. So, I mean, look at me. I'm 36. I'm at home printing 3D printed fucking dinosaurs, making AMC shrines. I mean, that's how I'm getting.
The other thing that's big about the merchandise is, you know, them kids are going, I want to see the movie. I want to see the movie. And what does that do? It takes the parents to the theaters with their kid. Absolutely.
Hey, Spence, what kind of dinosaurs are you printing? Are you printing like normal dinosaurs or the ones with the balls on them?
No, so I 3D printed Dr. Grant's Velociraptor claw, and then I set it in like a pile of obsidian that I collected from the mountains. And then I also 3D printed a T-Rex skull head, and I like painted them and sanded them and making them look like old and like bone looking. And then I got it all set up around my Jurassic Park popcorn bucket with a can of Barbasol.
Oh, nice.
Yep. It's my AMC shrine is turning out really good. If anything made my year this year, squeeze or not, if Adam Aaron comes out and announces they're doing a Dragon Ball popcorn bucket for the Dragon Ball Super movie release, I will be the happiest fucking camper on the planet. That's all I got to say about that. So,
Vince is gonna build a popcorn tin fort in his living room.
Oh, I did, dude. Have you not seen my tweet?
Yeah, he has a shrine going on.
Shrine,
it's
bro.
up to the nest.
I missed the Batman helmet, unfortunately, but
they were out of them at our theater when we got to that.
Me too. They were sold out so quick at my theater. I just posted it in the nest for you, Matt. It's beautiful. And it looks really cool when I'm streaming movies from AMC onto my projector at nighttime. My neighbor's like, this is so cool looking. And I was like, I know. But
hey, how much did you say Jurassic Park was at right now? How much did they make?
let me see. Jurassic World Dominion roars to 389 million worldwide, and that's in 3 freaking days, man. 4 days.
Yeah.
And
it's great because that idiot that's recording us right now and putting it onto his YouTube channel had to desperately search the internet to find stupid reviews.
Who? Pat Cock?
Yeah, Pat Cock. Yeah. Oh, he goes, oh, ouch. And if you take a look at the reviews, like these people that put them up there, I mean, fucking bullshit accounts, but
I thought it was
right
great.
Right back at you, Pet Rock. Sunday, 350 worldwide. Yeah. Go find some more reviews to post up there too. Ape Radio, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Sponsored by Tropicana.
Well, let's look at on Google, it's getting 3.4, which isn't bad. Let's see. Rotten Tomatoes says 30%, but I mean, the revenues speak for itself. Here we go. Rotten Tomatoes, 30% on the tomato meter. The audience score got a 79. So whoever paid Rotten Tomatoes to put a shitty review up, the audience came back and said, yeah, no, we liked the movie. Let's see. Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
Say that again, because he's recording this. So so in case he wants to like delete that part when he goes to put this on his YouTube channel, say that one more time.
Here we go.
Here's Rotten Tomatoes. Thank you.
Here's Rotten Tomatoes. They gave it a 30% tomato meter with 291 reviews, right? But the audience score got a 79 with over 5,000 verified reviews. And you know what's most important is what the audience and the consumer thinks. The critics that come out and write these movie reviews that think they're important, that get paid to write these, can go suck a big fat dick, right? That's what they can get. The audience and the consumer decides what is in demand and what is popular and what is good. And that's the end of that story.
Make sure you add that on there, Petcock. That's very important. Don't leave that out. You want to be balanced. Thank you.
Yeah, people listen to a Twitter account that's a picture of a freaking rock with no name. That's how stupid you guys are. You're listening to some random jerk off that nobody knows. You don't know his background. He obviously doesn't know anything about the movies. And you're going to take advice from a guy that has a picture of a rock. And by the way, Amy's long positions that she was pushing on Stock Twits and all that other crap she was on, those are in the absolute dirt. That's the Jim Cramer positions.
It came through Twitter on art with no name.
Those guys are the biggest clowns. I can't wait till the SEC goes after them for bashing stocks and manipulating people out of profitable plays like they tried to do with Highcroft. She started telling people not to buy Highcroft back when it was $1, maybe $1 to $1.30, and then it ran to $3.42. So,
yeah, there was also another comment that he posted somebody, they were just ranting on, and Petcock comes back with, sounds like somebody needs to get laid. Dude, you take your time out of your day to record our space calls to put on your YouTube channel. So by your logic, that means you've never been laid and you live at home. If you've got that much time to sit there and record our crap and put little pictures up there, and then, then you got to stop and pause it because we've been throwing some roadblocks in your way, which more are going to be coming. So good. I thank you again for.
You probably listen to Scram.
What's their YouTube channel? Because I can report them right now for taking my YouTube content and redistributing it. What's their channel called?
Pet Rock Miner.
Yeah. He's taking my content that I'm streaming on YouTube and reusing it, which they cannot do.
Report.
All I'm getting is Minecraft stuff.
I can honestly say I love that video that somebody posted with the big old popcorn, because that's like me into a shill, watching the ladder tracks, watching the Green Days, just sitting there. Yep. Okay. Go on.
He's got one viewer right now, and it's probably the one.
No, I'm shopping. I'm actually out right now.
I gotta run too, guys. So later, and take it easy, guys.
Thanks, Froggy. Appreciate it, guys.
Froggy.
Yep, later, guys.
Make sure you go hit up the movies, everybody. Let's blow this thing up. Q2. We can make Q2 the biggest quarter in history if we continue what we're doing now. Like, if you have not seen Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think is it still in theaters? Let me double check real quick before we go. I highly recommend going to see it, but do not take your kids. It's not a movie for kids. Let's see here. AMC. We can really blow this thing up this week.
What's speculation for Money Train coming up?
I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, you can still see Everything Everywhere All at Once in theaters. I highly recommend it. If not, get it on demand. Money Train. Money Train movie predictions. I don't see anything really. Just my personal opinion based on the Bullet Train. You mean Bullet Train?
Sorry, yeah, Bullet Train. My bad. Good call, Jake.
The film, let's see. Sony's Bullet Train. Is the right one? Sony's been doing a good job lately. August 6th, Hobbs and Shaw. Oh, God, Forbes. Jesus, why does Forbes even talk about movies? Worthless fucking company. Box office predictions. It's hard to find on this one. It's crazy. You'd think they'd be pumping it because it's Brad Pitt. I'm not really seeing any predictions. I'm guessing it's at least going to clear 100 million. We'll say, I will say, just based off the preview that I saw and the sentiment of what people want, I'd say 80 to 100 million on opening. Hopefully it outperforms. It could be a really good movie. Don't really know yet, but with Top Gun getting ready to cross $700 million and Multiverse of Madness over 900 million with what Jurassic Park Dominion just did, the 378 worldwide. If Jurassic Park Dominion closes above 600 million, Top Gun closes over $1 billion, and Multiverse closes over 900 million, that's one of the biggest quarters we've had since 2018, and that's not including Lightyear or the
Jake wanted me to add Jurassic got an A- score for Cinemedia, which is a really high score.
Yeah.
And he's speculating 900 mil easy for Bullet Train.
You just got a DM from Jake, you were saying, Matt?
Yeah.
900 million worldwide for Bullet Train total.
Yep. He says that Spence A- Cinema Now score for Jurassic World Dominion.
Nice. Yeah, that's great. I love Jurassic. I thought it was great. I think the industry has a little bit of an issue with Chris Pratt, to be totally honest with you. He's pretty open about sticking to what he talks about with his Christian values. So I think the industry doesn't really like to pump Chris Pratt.
Hey, I put something, I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was a video, I guess it's The Late Show with James Corden. So Tom Cruise took James out a second time.
Correct. And he meant 9-bagger is 9 digits, so 100 million easy.
But it's probably about like sorry, Matt, go ahead. I'm not looking at my phone.
I think it'll break 200 myself.
All right. If you've got like 10 or 15 minutes, I just posted up to the top. It's pretty funny. I didn't know that Tom Cruise and James went skydiving one time before. That was funny. I watched that too. But this one here is pretty funny.
So,
just to do all the fighter pilot crap and scare the shit out of James.
That was pretty funny. I enjoyed that. I like that they're doing that too. I like that the celebrities are showing up at the theaters and they're going out and doing events like this. It's good for PR. On that, before we kick rocks, Avatar 2 is going to come out December 16th, 2022. So that'll land in our Q4, which we'll hear 2023 in March. And imagine this. Avatar 2 ends up breaking $2 billion again worldwide before Q4 with the other movies that are coming out. Let's see. December movie release 2022. You have Avatar 2, Shazam 2, and Babylon. I don't know what that one's about. But there are some movies coming out. They were the potential to load some of these other movies around Avatar 2 was smart, because Avatar 2 could clear an entire quarter by itself compared to 3 other movies in a single quarter. So my personal prediction is we're going to come very close to positive Q2. We land positive Q3 and Q4, and everything is going to explode in the market in between then.
You're forgetting too. By that time, we'll have net revenue from grocery popcorn.
We should, yes. Adam Aaron did say by the end of the year, retail popcorn and the branded credit card. The branded credit card alone could technically create 25% of AMC's current revenue stream by itself. That's how big the credit card could be. So I will literally take my Visa credit card out of my wallet and put my AMC credit card in there. That's what will be happening. So, all right, cool. Well, I'm going to bounce, man. Thanks for everybody coming in and sharing. This was a freaking awesome space call for a Sunday. Really good information.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Thanks for letting us come up.
Yeah, thank you. Eric Stanley, are you having your ideas?
Mr. Stanley.
You there still?
Actually, Eric, if you're there, have any new, like, really banger ideas come up lately? Are you there? He's not there. Well, if he has Eric Stanley holds AMC Idea Spaces. If you guys are new here or haven't been to one, please go. It's probably one of the more important spaces that goes on in terms of getting investor ideas to Adam Aaron and the board of directors. Very, very, very good place to be. So.
And Adam Aaron has said that he's looked at those ideas.
Oh yeah.
So,
Tuesdays.
So that's just keep that in mind too. That's pretty cool.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 p.m.
Thank you.
And Ape Radio tonight at what time?
Daily 7:30 p.m. every night Eastern, and then Hedgie we do the mornings starting at whenever Hedgie gets out of bed.
Cool.
9:30 to 10.
I want to add that too with the investment ideas kind of prove that their narrative that, saying and doing stuff and sharing stuff on Twitter really doesn't get out there or mean anything. But yet our CEO is taking AMC ideas, bringing it to the board, and incorporating some of them ideas. So anybody that says, well, all this stuff on Twitter doesn't matter. Yeah, really?
It totally matters, and he's listening. Thank you, Matt.
Absolutely, guys. All right, well, I'll see you guys all later. I'm going to go play some video games and make some food. Enjoy my Sunday. You guys all do too. Have a great weekend.
Sounds good, Spence. Happy
As Sue Ray would say, go out, go do some work.
Go do some work. Oh, I got to screenshot the title you made to use for future dates, Jen, because the hood trash can is perfect. There we go. All right, guys. Bye. All right, guys. Thanks for coming. Good stream. You guys all have a great weekend. Stay safe. We'll see you all next week. I think really good news is coming next week. I think myself, personally, I think I see RedBox coming back down. If you're in it and you made money, good for you. Don't be scared to take profits, man. Because in the end, when the deal is complete, one RedBox share is only going to be 0.087 Chicken Soup shares. And at the current stock price of Chicken Soup, that's only 72 cents a share. So don't be scared to take your profits. There's a lot going on with it. You do your own DD. That's just my opinion. And I think we're going to see really bullish sentiment on AMC in the coming weeks with a massive Q2 incoming. Please like and subscribe. Really appreciate you guys. Really appreciate all the comments. Sorry if I don't get to come in and read them all. Sometimes the space call gets popping, but I do try to come in and I do read all your comments. I just don't read them live, but I will start trying to get better at that. Thank you. Y'all have a good weekend. Froggy Stonks out.